So I'm continuing my reading, and what I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order according to events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around just a little bit as I go. Right now, I am reading in the Book of Job. I'm on chapter 5. So, let us get into it. Chapter 5. Eliphaz counsels Job. Man is born unto trouble. Seek unto God, and happy is the man whom God correcteth. Okay. The last chapter was the beginning of Eliphaz's monologue. He is responding, of course, to Job's lamentations from chapter 3. So, let us continue with old Eliphaz here, see what else he has to tell us. Call now, if there be any that will answer thee, and to which of the saints wilt thou turn? For wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. His children are far from safety, and they are crushed in the gate, neither is there any to deliver them. Whose harvest the hungry eateth up, and taketh it even out of the thorns, and the robber swalloweth up their substance. Although affliction cometh not forth of the dust, neither doth trouble spring out of the ground, yet man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upward. I would seek unto God, and unto God would I commit my cause, which doeth great things, and unsearchable, marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth, and sendeth waters upon the fields, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. Okay, let us pause briefly here. Again, just beautiful poetry here. And it'll probably get annoying, but I will probably make a brief comment on just the beauty of the poetry of every chapter in Job. I love this. But look at this. The foolish, wrath killeth the foolish, envy slayeth the silly. You know, if you're not living right, if you have these vices in you, you're not going to have a good life. And then he talks about God, about the greatness of God. Says, first of all, although afflictions cometh not forth of the dust, neither doth trouble spring out of the ground, yet man is born unto. In other words, this isn't, troubles don't come from outside of us. Our very nature causes trouble. We are born unto trouble because of our fallen nature. This is a reference to the fallen nature caused by the Adam and Eve eating the fruit. But he says, turning towards God, seek unto God. I will commit my cause because God has the power. So let us continue. Verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from their hand from the hand of the mighty. So the poor hath hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Okay, so he's talking about how God upholds the weak. He raises or exalts the low. He protects the poor from the greedy, from the wicked, and all that. So this is what God does. Verse 17. Behold, happy is the man whom God correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. For he maketh sore and bindeth up. He woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shalt not sin. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. Thou shalt come to thy grave in a full age, like as a shock of corn cometh in his season. Lo, this, we have searched it, so it is. Hear it, and know thou it is for thy good. A couple of things really quick here. First of all, saying, happy is the man that God corrected. In other words, if God is taking the time to chasten you and you're listening to him, that's a good thing. God is trying to teach you. He's trying to show you what you're doing wrong. Learn from it, and then you will be blessed in all these ways. And his closing line there, lo, this, we have searched it, so it is. In other words, he's saying, we've studied this. We know the scriptures. We've been learning this. This has been a subject of study for us. We know the truth. Listen to us. Listen to what we're saying. And on a final note, he says, I love this. He maketh sore and bindeth up. He woundeth and his hands make whole. In other words, God both hurts and heals. He injures and he heals. He does both. He binds you up, but he is also the one that causes the damage in the first place. He can do both. Not everything is caused by God, but he can do both. God isn't just there to heal us. He will chasten us when necessary. But I wanted to do this. He says, 6 troubles, yea, and 7 there shall be no evil touch thee. So what are the things he lists? Famine, war, the scourge of the tongue, so gossip, destruction, meaning famine, famine was listed twice, but the beasts of the earth. So I guess he doesn't really list 7 things. But famine, it could also mean pestilence or plagues, those kind of things. You could get at least 5 in here. So I was just curious. I wanted to count those out. But we'll leave it here. That it's still very beautiful poetry. So, but we'll see you in the next one.